My question is centered around the MACC Act. As the panelists have mentioned, Section 3, Section 16, and Section 50. Now, it seems to me that receiving gratification, including donations, is just one part of the transgression. The full transgression is if the recipient receives the donation in return, and in return gives a reward to the donor. Am I right in asking if only then is the recipient considered to be corrupt or engaging in a corrupt activity? Now, if that is the case, is it going to be virtually impossible to prove that the recipient got the money in order to give a reward to the donor? Is it going to be difficult to prove that in court? And related to this question, if it can be proven that the recipient gave it as a reward to the donor, is it workable for private citizens or groups or even the opposition political parties to take a case, a legal case, based on the MACC Act against Najib? Thank you.
Tuan Chai, yes, just to answer your question, perhaps not really answering it fully. I have to study it quite carefully. Yeah? I'm not an expert on this area, but what I can tell you is, I think that is why there is that presumption. The burden of proof is on the person who received it to disprove, if you know what I mean. That's why they have that Section 50 presumption that it's corruption. If the money is received, there is a presumption of corruption. So that presumption has to be rebutted by the person who receives. So the burden is on that person. So, and I think that's why the law is possibly framed in that way. But I think, which is why I kept asking the question in the press and everything, what was the benefit to the donor? There must have been nobody gives you 2.6 billion without a benefit, okay? So that's why you have these presumptions in law, and that perhaps is what will help. But I don't swear to that answer. I will look at it further, and I will talk to you. Why not? It's a question, okay, in this sense, I think locus standi will be obviously always an issue. Do you have the locus to bring this action? But you know, because you can relate it to the elections, and they have admitted that. They have actually admitted it was used for elections as well as other UMNO projects. So that gives, to me, everyone a locus standi, okay, because it's our elections. And if it's affected the elections, then that's something that could possibly give locus standi. And I think, yes, I think it is possible. I mean, and really, I'd like to say this. I just read about this poor MACC director. What is his name? Sorry. Bari, yes. He came out and he said, this is the headlines. He said, "By God, I'll find the culprits," vows MACC director. And his name is Bari Mohammed Zain. And we really should give a round of applause. Applause to this man. And I can tell you, I'll be praying for him. I'll be praying for all those brave officers who are standing up to this terrible intimidation. 2 more MACC officers were arrested today. So I really think MPs, please do something. Members of Parliament, I think, I know that you will not get an emergency parliamentary session, but I think the MPs have to agitate. They have to do, this has to stop. This is getting ridiculous. And these poor people are facing this on their own. So I think we must all speak up.